Hi everyone. Welcome to another session of AWS Cloud Database Administration. My name is Martins, and today we'll be looking at a very important topic, which is regional disaster recovery technique as far as Amazon relational databases is concerned. Okay, naturally we are used to the fact that we are used to the technique of multi-AZ, right? We are used to the technique of multi-AZ disaster recovery. That is, we everybody knows that if you want to maintain high availability and disaster recovery between maybe your AZ1A and AZ1B, what you do is that you simply configure your ideal instance to be a multi-AZ, okay? To be a multi-AZ instance. And in the event of a disaster, maybe in AZ1, a availability zone 1B is going to take over, okay? So we are used to all of that. But this case now, we are talking about a whole region, right? Because a region has multiple availability zones, right? A region may have AZ1A, AZ1B, AZ1C, right? This could be a region. Let's say this is EU, EU1, EU West 1, right? So you have EU West 1A, EU West 1B, EU West 1C. And when you configure availability, high availability between two availability zones, when one availability is down, the second availability zone takes over. But now the problem statement here or the issue here is what if the entire region, the entire AWS region is down? What happened? How will you recover from that? Okay, so today I'm going to show you a technique using RDS read replica instances, which you can use to you can deploy this read replica in a entirely different AWS region, and this instance will be in asynchronous mode with your primary instance. And in the event of failure in maybe one of region, you can simply promote this read replica to become a writer instance, and you'll be able to continue serving your read and write traffic. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to have our normal primary RDS instance in maybe in one region. Okay, let's say this is EU EUS, right? And we're going to have maybe EUS 1A availability zone, EUS 1B, and EUS 1C. They will may configure high availability and disaster, that's multi-AZ. This one will be a multi-AZ in this region, right? Then in another region, we are going to configure a read replica, entire region. In another entire region, a read replica that will be on a standby replicating data from this primary instance, okay? In case this region, this entire region fails, you will go to this other region, maybe US, and promote it, okay? So yeah, let's move into, let me show you architectural description of what I'm talking about. Yeah, so as you can see, naturally we are used to the fact that we deploy our RDS instance in a region, right? Maybe US is one, US one, and we are used to the fact that we always deploy for high availability and disaster recovery between availability zones. We are used to deploy our RDS instance to be a multi-AZ, where we have a primary instance in one AZ, there's AZ1 and a secondary in maybe AZ2. Okay, so this is high availability and disaster recovery at the level of the availability zones, right? At the level of availability zone, that is between two availability zones in one region. Okay, so this is high availability in one region, but this is not high availability in cross regions, like if the region is entirely down. So what happens here is that when you have this primary, if this primary is down in this availability zone, all of it still in this region one, if the availability zone one is down, the availability zone two takes over and is able to continue serving traffic in this region. In this region, the region is not yet down. But the problem now is what if the entire region, right? What if the entire region is down? What is going to happen? Even if you have high availability configured, the entire region is down, all those instances are down, and you're going to be in a serious trouble. So the reason why we brought in a cross-region read replica, okay? So we create a cross-region read replica to a different region, all right? Identity region, maybe AWS Cloud Region 2. So you create a read replica for your RDS instance, and it is replicating your RDS instance data as a read replica, right? So in a situation where your entire region is down, what happens is that you just move into this second region and promote this read replica. You just promote it. When you promote this read replica, it becomes a primary instance. It becomes an independent instance on its own, and it continues now. It starts serving both read and write traffic. Okay, and what's the importance of this read replica? The read replica may not only be for disaster recovery, regional disaster recovery, it also serves read traffic, right? While it is on a standby, it can serve read traffic. Like you can decide to route read traffic to that region, okay? Or your read traffic may decide to route all read traffic to that region, to that read replica, and all write traffic to the writer, the primary instance, which is in the second region, okay? Or you may also decide to route maybe 90% of read traffic to the read replica, right? And maybe all write traffic to the primary, and 10% of read traffic to the primary. Okay, so that is how the read replica can help out serve this purpose of cross-regional disaster recovery. Okay, so I'll be moving to the AWS Management Console to show you how you can create a read replica and promote it in case there is an issue. Okay. Yeah, guys. So we are in our AWS Management Console. So you can see I have an RDS MySQL instance. Okay, and this RDS MySQL instance is in the US is one region. Okay, so I want to create a read replica for this RDS MySQL instance in another continent, right? So I want to create it in Europe, so much so that if US is one region is down, I'll be able to promote my read replica that is in Europe to continue serving my traffic, right? As I told you, you may also use this for read replica for latency. Like maybe if you have some of your applications that are users that are located in Europe, and you want to serve free traffic with little latency, you can also use this read replica to serve that traffic that is in Europe. Okay, so what I will do is that I will go to actions, and I go to create a read replica. Okay, so you go to create replica, you name the read replica. Let's call this RDS read replica, and I want the region to be EU West 1, right? So you select the instance, and this is where the cross-regional replica or disaster recovery is concerned, right? Because if you still select EU West, the US East region, you're going to, I mean, you're still deploying the same region, right? So you need to select a total different region. I want to go to Europe, right? So I'll choose Europe, where my read replica will be located, right? So I've selected Europe. I'll add the instance type, maybe storage 20, or I can just leave that. And additional configuration, I mean, you want to enable storage auto scaling, that's fine. If you want for multi-AZ, you can go. For this case, I'll go single AZ, no problem. For connectivity, like you are setting up another instance, it's just that this instance is replicating data from your primary instance. Okay, so you can now create your read replica. Create. Yeah, so you can see that the read replica is being created. So let's wait for some minutes. When the read replica has been created, we'll be able to continue from there. Okay. Yeah, guys. So as you can see, our read replica has been created successfully, and it's available. So it has its own endpoint that you can use to route traffic, right? You can use this endpoint to route traffic, read traffic, right, to this read replica, right? So if you move down, you're going to see that you have one. This is a read replica, right? This is a primary. The primary is located in US is one, and the read replica is located in, which is a replica, right? Is located in EU West 1. So this is a cross-regional disaster recovery technique that I'm talking about. That if an entire region is down, you can use this technique to actually recover your RDS instance and continue serving traffic without downtime, right? So, what do we do when, let's say, the entire region is down? Okay, when the entire region is down, what we have to do is that we need to promote the read replica. What do you mean by promoting read replica? We need to change this role from replica to instance, right? Like we need to make this read replica become an instance on its own. Like it should we stop the replication and make the reader becomes an instant on its own, that it can start receiving both read and write traffic. Okay, and when you promote the read replica, the primary instance becomes an independent instance and the read replica becomes also an independent instance. Okay, knowing that probably in the US East region is down. Okay, so let's go back to our region, US. Let's go to the US region. Okay, to see our primary. Yeah, so you can see our primary instance is there serving traffic. Let's say in a event of a disaster where the US East one region is down and you are unable to recover from this, the very first thing you go to do as a database administration is go to that other region. Okay, go to the European region. So I will select the EU West one region. Okay, so go to EU West one region. So I select that region, and okay, so you can see that we have our read replica that is still creating. Okay, yeah, so you can see that our read replica in the EU West one region is now available. It also has its own endpoint, which you can use it to route your traffic right to Europe, right? And yeah, so let's look at the situation. This is our primary instance, okay, and this is our primary instance in US, and this is our read replica in Europe, okay. Let's come to a situation where, let's say, the US West one, like the US East one region is down, and there's like the whole region is down, but technically you are already prepared for a regional disaster recovery. And what you will do is you simply go to your read replica that is in the EU West one region, that's Europe, and you simply promote this read replica, right? When you promote this read replica, as I explained previously, this read replica becomes an instance on its own, an independent instance on its own, where it can serve both read and write traffic. Okay, other than the same with the writer, the primary instance, right? So considering that the writer instance is down and that region is down, there's no way to go, and you just simply come to this other region, that's EU West one, and you select your read replica and you go to actions, and you see you click on promote, right? You click on promote. When you as I explained, when you promote this instance, it becomes both a writer and a reader. Like it becomes both a writer and reader at the same time, meaning you can serve both read and write traffic, right? While you maintaining the other region, right? So I do not need a backup. I just go there and I promote the read replica. Okay, so you need to. This promotion takes a few minutes to complete, right? So let's check what's happening. See, it will be modified. Hey guys, so as you can see, our read replica has been promoted. Okay, it is no longer a replica, right? It is now a full instance on its own that can be used to serve both read and write traffic. Okay, so yeah, so guys, this is a technique I wanted to show you that cloud database administrators must actually understand how to use this in planning for regional disaster recovery. Okay, yeah, so guys, as previously mentioned, my name is Martins. I'm a database cloud support engineer for Amazon Web Services, and I'll be dropping more of these videos regularly, so much so that I can contribute a bit to the community. And yeah, if you have any question, any worry, you can always hit it in the comment section, and I will respond. I will reply to you, maybe with a video, or maybe reply to your comment directly. Okay. All right, guys, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so much so that these videos will be you'll be notified when I drop these videos. Okay. Okay, guys. See you. Bye bye. Ciao.